the best way to tell about how our marriage been 10 years okay, how we survive step from divorce and all insides going on the way. So the best way will be by cleaning the dishes, because it's kind of a good pattern of what I'm doing. So yeah, recently I realized that me and my wife, we are together 10 years, which is kind of wow. Like, I even didn't think, we are not the people who count, or we even forgot what the date is, till I figure out it's already 10 years, which is a lot. Why I said we've been in a step of divorce, that's absolutely true. It's been a hard part of our life when we've been real close. Real close, that close that I even didn't know how close. But anyway, somehow we survive, but I'm also grateful for the period of that being, because if we wouldn't pass that, we wouldn't last so long. And eventually, I think it's her. No, it's not. Eventually, by going through the complicated period of time, we learn how to be together, what is the values of that marriage who lives that long. So instead of just blaming circumstances, saying, oh, I don't want that hard time come, way better gonna be just, be grateful. Right now, in our marriage, we absolutely grateful for every period, even realizing that that period when we've been kind of one step from divorce, I've been way different person. And technically, I don't like myself that time a lot. And I was blaming myself and complaining about myself, like how bad I was and how bad I was acting with my wife, with my kids. But thing is, it also had to be there. And when we start, let's say, growing with my wife, when we start understanding how things happen, discussing, we've been going through a lot of teaching and learning. We realize that even that time when I've been bad, they need it. Because if we broke that period, it means we are not meant to be together. Instead, we passed that time, and that's what make us be so strong that we here right now. Right now, we are in a period of time when we can talk about everything, literally everything. We can discuss all sorts of stuff, hard and difficult, and we don't fighting. We don't have money issues, kinda. Even like, I am as a man absolutely sure, and I need that insurance, that if tomorrow something happened and I wouldn't be able to deliver enough money, she'll be with me. Because, like, it's not about how much we have. We've been in a time when we melt the snow to have a water and cook outside with the wood, because it was so hard times. It was really difficult, that period of time. Long time I've been blaming that period of time, saying and thinking like, why would I have that? But right now I know that's when our marriage cooked and roast. That's like, going through that kind of stuff together make us unstoppable, make us perfectly fit. So that's about us. What about others? Like, how it can be useful? Very useful. I'll give it tips. They might work for every human being. First of all, the biggest issue in the relationship, and I think we solve it at the last point, is listening. Most of the time, when two people speak, they wait till another person stop talking till they can deliver something. In strong relationship, in a wise relationship, people don't speak like that. People speak in the way, when I listening you, I'm fully into that process. I want to understand not words you're delivering. I want to understand what behind that words. And that's a mastery. how to master that, that's a long process. You need to train, you need to, like, that's a boss way communication. Boss of people need to be ready and open enough to communicate in certain way when they really can safely deliver what they think. And as I said, most of the time the exact words some persons say, it's not the meaning what's staying behind that words. For example, sometimes the women come telling about her problems, and the magic between men and women is that our brains literally work differently. So when the man heard the issue, the man brain automatically starts solving that. The women's, a lot of times, all they need just to share. Don't find the decision or don't find the solution, just to share what's happened. And somebody say and hear and said, I'm with you in this. I'm hearing you. That's, I don't know, maybe 80% time what when my wife speak, and that was my issue. I've been always trying to solve her problems, but that she doesn't come to me to have a solution for that. So when you talk to your partner next time, try to hear behind the lines. Try to, hey, who is that? I'm making a video. No, you can go. I'll keep making the video. Just 10 minutes. You came to me? For what?
Oh, that's so great.
I'm making video and same time I'm cleaning the dishes. That's win-win.
Just clean the dishes.
What else?
Make your wife happy.
That's a deal. That's and I'm
I will not interrupt you.
and on top of that, I'm making video about our marriage, that we are together 10 years.
Okay.
But we don't know the months when it's gonna happen, so we will speak probably next 3 years,
I
10.
think it will, it's
What? It's a
goes in autumn.
10 years?
October or November, I don't remember. Yeah, 10 years. Actually.
That's a long. So when your partner says something, you try to hear what is real behind that. Like, because most of the time, the exact words people use, it's not it's not technically what they want to deliver. It's because our language is hard and our emotion is cannot be really correctly delivered by words. We're playing the game of different meanings, which make a cause of a lot of problems, and most of these problems like misunderstanding. So most of the time you try to definitely hear between lines and it will help. But if you're the women, mostly men speak about his kind of achievement or whatever happened in the daytime to be heard, like to say, yeah, you've done this. And the women speak about stuff what's happened to also be heard without, like, we don't, we are the heroes of our stories, and most of the time the communication between heroes is just about be listened, be heard, be, shared. And that's a big secret. That's a big thing of our marriage. Other stuff is kind of compromise and being on your place, because I see, like, we are together 10 years, and within these 10 years my wife doesn't work a single day. That's a thing in our family. We long time decide that she'll be a home staying mom, and I'm fine with that. And it sounds easy, like, and a lot of people think, oh, that's not fair, like, and all this blah 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 modern stuff thing. But I would say that it's way difficult because she's fully have to rely on my success, and I am also have to be okay with she staying home, because I saw a lot of couples where the women stay home and the men also always complain like, you see, she's staying home, she do nothing, she don't make money, it's all on me. And of course it's not lead to nothing called health relationship, of course. Oh my god, I just spilled. Look at that thing. I just make it all here. So roles like in our, and it's not something I will advocate or promoting, it's absolutely personal stuff, but in our family we made up the system, and I am the one who care about finance, she is the one who care about home. Home not as a technical structure, as a feeling where we all want to gather one day, when we all gonna come back. And it's been issues, like we've been fighting before about that, because I've been nasty and saying, you know what, you don't care about money because you don't earn them. She's been also like complaining about stuff that, you know, you're going outside, you have a success, you're growing, you do some business, and all this of course is really kind of tests which I think we passed. Right now there are no like, I fully respect her role. I know how hard it is to sacrifice your own growth into the our family way. I understand. I don't like. I appreciate fully every meal she do and all things happening with that. And this is a thing. Like most of the problem born from unrealistic expectation from each other. That's a big mountain staying between a lot of people. Expectation. And those expectations touching every sphere of life of the people. It's definitely hard, but expectation about what each of the couple gotta do at home, who gonna clean, who is responsible for this, who is responsible for that, and that's so many issues born with that. Who will clean the dishes, who will pay for the old stuff. And if you see if you see deep inside into reality of any of those issues, they don't worse that. They don't have to be that way. They don't, those are material stuff which is not important. I can clean the dishes and I still can make money and I still can be a father. This all can be together. And all these issues also, like, now gonna be important tip, that they are all like keys and chains coming to show how fit you are. Like, how can you solve those? Because of course, first of all, we are all so different, we are all unique personal persons, and we cannot just fit easily. The happy family, the happy marriage is not those who last long, it's those who can in the years build the relationship in a way that both have normal stable happiness. And if you're in the beginning of the marriage, like, I would say it's unavoidable. All of this is just absolutely 100% need to be there. I don't think exists some couple who married today and for the next 10 years gonna be zero fights and zero complicated moments. It just doesn't meant to be like that. And another stuff, we never spoke. We've been in a hard times, but what we are as a people do, we think that those hard time is the end of the time, like it's the worst thing, it's not meant to be there. But instead we can twist the approach, we can absolutely change direction. If something like that happen, that's absolutely like what we with my wife do recently. It's not show up long time ago. But what we are doing, if any circumstances or environment trigger some misunderstanding, misexpectation, we are not fully, but kind of happy about that. So we have another stuff what we can solve together and became stronger because of that. And if you do this kind of approach, gonna be no bad days in a marriage. It's gonna be only the point of growth, like a trampoline. That's how we approach. Wherever we feel some tension happen, we immediately start talk. Hey, what's going on here? What do you feel? What do you mean? That's important because most of the time, what we find out that both of us was having way different meaning behind the arguing. So I meant way different stuff that she heard, and that's an issue, but that's not a real thing. That was not that wasn't something what I really, mean. And most of the time in our couple, when we were fighting, let's say, in the end, we realized that there wasn't nothing to fighting about because basically we've been fighting about the same point of view, which is the most stupid part. How could it be? So I'm done the dishes, and reality is that marriage is something. It's like a life examination, and when you married, now the game starts. Because when you're single, you are adjusting the world by you. Like you're choosing everything as you want. You are the only character to care about. But when it's a marriage, now you gotta think about other. Now you gotta think, okay, I'm okay with this, but what about my family? What she want? What gonna be work for her? And those compromising, those pathways, those different kind of approaches, talks, those are, I would call, amazing. Because then you can, like a flower, show up as a true human being. Because that's when we can interact. Because me personally, I honestly truly believe that we came here not to make money and retired and play golf. That's not the purpose. We came here to meet other people, to interact with other people, to have fun, to see how we are reflecting to other people. For example, stupid idea, but somebody call you jerk, an idiot. It's a perfect example how you can see what is your trigger. How will you react for that? Will you be calm and smiling saying, I don't have idea who are you? I'm not an idiot. I don't care how you call me. That's absolutely your stuff. You can call idiot anybody else or me, I don't care. Or you're gonna blowing up, start going back. That's an interaction between us because every person in your life showing up in your life, showing up on purpose to trigger something in you. Because if you react, they trigger something in you. If they doesn't have something to trigger, you wouldn't react, right? And that's a wonderful opportunity. But the partner, that's some kind of high level entertainment, high level communication, and I don't know, like communication. Because in that point, you are very deeply going into you because your barriers moved. Things what you used to do changed. You have to find the way that both are happy or you broke. That's a thing. That's a wonderful part of marriage or relationship. That's the biggest trampoline for you as a person, as a character, to see who you honestly are. Maybe you meant to be single. Maybe you meant to go and check and try 100 other partners. Maybe that's your way. Maybe you don't, some people just don't build for a long relationship. And the last thing they could think that they are wrong. No, we are different, like a flowers. Some are cactuses, some are roses. It's none of them are better than others. That's about the people as well. And as I said, relationship, that's the best way to see who you are, how long you can keep, how far you can go, how deep you can see other person, how much care you can be. That's I think it's a wonderful opportunity to see how care you are. Because what if what kind of love we can perform other than love to others, because that's a mirroring love to us. By showing love to other person, you're technically showing love to yourself. That's a thing that's working in this way, in spiritual or religion, wherever, everybody say like that. And I felt this when you perform, or you shine with love and trust, the life outside can beat you. Nothing can bother you. You're unstoppable. You're happy. You're full of love, full of trust. Now other people have nothing other than react like this. Can you see that? They cannot react with hate if you are full of love. Just, I know it's hard to make, but imagine, it's hard, I know, but imagine somebody is bullying you, like literally trying to drive you nuts, and you are staying smiling and saying, I'm sorry if I do something, I just so happy and I have such a great feeling in me, and if something wrong, I'm sorry, but I wish you a wonderful day, dude. What can be else than stop? They couldn't continue. Even it was a story with Buddha, when one of the general that time didn't like that Buddha delivers some kind of stuff, and a lot of people believe and move the religion boundaries away, and those general talking to the council and say, I will go and I will just, okay, I know it's already time. So the general come to the, I will say, approach to Buddha, and the Buddha said, hey, just one question. Do you have a house? And he said, yes, I do. Is sometimes people come to your house, bring you some present? He said, yes, sometimes it's happened. But what will happen with those presents if you will not accept them? And the general said, they will stay with the people who bring them. So the Buddha said, I also not accept whatever you bring to me today. So you are deciding what you let into your life. So decide better. Have a great day.